I'm gonna just start it right here. But before we start the podcast, and again, we're recording this at the end of it too. I will say, leave a comment in the description down below in both of our videos, and you will be featured. You'll have a chance to be featured on the podcast for an upcoming podcast, and it will be used for a topic of discussion at the end of the video or recording. So.
Yep, sounds about right.
All right. Hello, Cetra Nation. Hello, One-Hander audience. Welcome to the one. What the hell was that even called again? Oh, the One Psycho. Okay. That I'm leaving that in.
You gotta keep that in. This
I am.
Footage you got. This is a raw footage.
This is all staying in. All right. Hello, Cetra Nation. Hello, One-Hander audience. This is the One Psycho Hand podcast with your host, Cetra Psycho, and co-host, One-Hander. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. This is the first in a long line series of podcasts. How is that?
I love it. Fucking made me moist. Love it.
Moist.
God damn it, Cannon. God damn.
Do or do not. Like, bro.
Sound like Goku, and when he's about to fight Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi. Oh, hell no. Oh. Okay, so we should go back to that first record, right? When we're introducing ourselves, right?
Yeah, but you put me on mute.
Yeah, and that's my fault. Okay, we're good. We are good. I see the error in my ways.
We're still rolling right now? We're still rolling,
yes.
Oh, okay. Good. Just making sure.
Okay. So, first off, hello. For those of you who do not know me, I am Cetra Psycho. This is my fake name. And that's a whole thing I'll get into right now. But I am the host. I am a character. I am the owner. And literally, I am the face of my YouTube channel, Cetra Gaming. I have Twitch, I have a YouTube, and I have a whole bunch of social medias. Both of our content locations, both of our social medias and where to find us will be in the links in the descriptions of our respective videos.
Love it.
Okay, so about me. Okay, so I go by a million different nicknames. The reason why we even have like a YouTube name kind of deal was because at first it was just trying to protect the identity of my fellow members. I didn't really care about me. But over time, it's just been more of just like a branding thing. Like, like Cetra Psycho, Cetra Echo. Like, there's a theme to it. So I'm like, whatever. We kept it.
All right. I like that.
I've been wanting to do YouTube since literally YouTube first started. Like, I was 2005 or 6, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong. But literally, I remember when the website first came up, and there was no such thing as YouTubers. But at that age, I already knew that's what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to make a series of videos for the platform. And while it took me years to really get to where I'm at today, I know that this is something I've always wanted to do. I after hearing that first recording, I will say that is something that me and my cousin, which if y'all don't know, yes, we are cousins, have in common is that we want to entertain people. I mean,
Touche.
I honestly had no idea that was your thing. So now I can say that, like, that's one of the
really
biggest things, we want to. I've been doing YouTube. I've been running Cetra Gaming for almost about 8 years now, but I did not take it seriously until about a year and a half, 2, maybe at max. Let me see. I'm into video production and audio production. I'm a college student. I want to make movies, entertain people. I like to work both in front and behind the camera. So I have done 2 movies. I've done I've done countless plays. So like acting is a pretty good strength of mine. I'm currently doing post-production, so I'm learning a lot about Premiere Pro and doing stuff like that at college. But yeah, like my goals and aspirations is just to entertain people. It's to kind of get people to forget about the hard times in life. And I guess that's what really pushed me was the pandemic, which is cliche because a lot of content creators started coming out of that. And I felt a little weird about it because I didn't want to be viewed as just someone who was just doing it because they were bored. I've been wanting to do it before the pandemic, like way before, but it's just the drive to do it was a little hard. But after seeing how hard the pandemic was, I realized that there is a need for good entertainment, wholesome entertainment that everybody can look to.
This is true. This is true.
And yeah, like, I mean, it's just been a fun ride to do this. I want to continue to grow. Yeah, and I mean, I guess everybody has it for the money and stuff, but again, even I didn't even think there was a possibility I could make money off YouTube when I first even thought about the idea. And it still doesn't affect me like at all. Like if I do, that's great. That's fun. That's awesome, but if not, I really wouldn't mind working 2 jobs and doing YouTube. It's just I need to find the ability to do that, you know?
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything else I have to say, just other than, yeah, that it's fun. All right.
All right, man.
Your turn.
All right, man. Love the intro. Love the, enthusiasm. I could see that you're horny for this intro and shit. You're like, oh, yeah. But anyways, besides that bullshit.
I had to turn on the radio voice, the hello, radio people.
Shit made me voice.
Welcome to KTX 1937, your host for rock and roll at 8:30 in the morning. Easy.
Love that shit. Love that voice. Anyways, now it's my turn to introduce myself. I go by Onehander, but most of my friends just call me Bernie. You guys can call me whatever the fuck you want, Onehander, Bernie. I could give 2 shits. So basically, I'm cool with whatever you guys call me. Anyways, I've been doing YouTube for a little more than like a year and a half already. So yeah, I've just been chilling, doing my own thing. By the way, I do gaming / commentary videos too. But what I do is I tell storytime videos. That's my purpose. And the reason I do that is because of a famous YouTuber named Luna. I've been watching his stuff for so long. And to be honest, it's just been a fun ride to be doing that. Because honestly, whenever I get bored or whatever, I just watch his videos. And honestly, it puts me in a good mood. So you know what? So basically one day I told myself, I could probably do that. I got dumb stories. I've seen so many shit. I experienced so many shit. And you know what? That's what I did. The Onehander channel was born. Before that, it was another title. Before it was Onehander, it was just simply Bernie. But I was like, there's too many Bernies in YouTube, so I just changed it to Onehander. So yeah, basically, what I like to do is just entertain people as much as I can, bring a smile to their face, and yeah, just hopefully, my video impacts in a nice and also helpful way from the shitty lives that they're probably living in or whatever's happening in their lives. Because to be honest, I just want to entertain people. I could give 2 fucks about the money. My friends call me Rich Boy ever since high school, even though I'm not fucking rich. They always call me Rich Boy because I came with Jordans. I used to wear windbreakers and shit. Oh my god, Jesus Christ,
Rich Boy. Yeah.
And plus I always have the newest iPhone, and I'm like, I'm not rich. I just work my ass off for these keys, simply. But they still call me Rich Boy to this day. But anyways, yeah, that's basically about me, about my drive for YouTube. Just simply entertaining, and that's it. Simple as that.
So one idea how to kind of get the conversation started that I had was telling us each other about our earliest memories of one another when we were kids.
Yes. In fact, if you guys didn't know, I'm pretty sure he did explain this earlier. We're actually cousins. So, yeah, we are actually cousins.
It's very scary if you ask me.
How's it fucking scary? Am I the scariest cousin?
I don't know. I'm just being dumb.
I fucking hate you. Anyways, so you go ahead and start us off. What's the
Oh.
earliest memory that you had with us?
Um.
Like,
Okay. Earliest memory. Earliest memory. So look. Okay. So before I say anything, I want to emphasize one thing, and that is that when I think of Bernie, he is probably one of my favorite cousins out of the bunch. Now, don't get me wrong. I love our other cousins on both sides of the family. And they are equally loved. I don't love one more than the other, but the reason why Bernie's my favorite is because he's always been like the homeboy that I grew up with. Like, like I remember like anytime there was like a birthday party or like, any excuse to party because we're Mexican. So like there's always
oh
an
yes.
excuse to party. It doesn't matter what it is.
Borracho! Da, 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 da.
Like literally just fucking, oh, look, he took his first shit, party it up. Like, like
God.
it was always something. So like, but anytime that happened, Bernie was always the first one. Or I used to call him Benny. That's like what most of the family calls him.
Yeah.
We would we would always look for each other. Like, where the fuck's Pony? Where the fuck's Benny? And by the way, if y'all didn't know, on the family side of things, people call me Pony Boy. So, yeah, so there's that. I tell you, I have a lot of
Yeah.
nicknames.
He fucking does. I can name like 300 if I can, but 200,
Moose,
like,
Cetra Psycho, Moose Man. I mean, I've heard Junior because there was already a Moose, so they had to call me Junior. I remember they called me a Whataburger baby or Whata baby because my mom was 6 months pregnant when she first got hired at Whataburger. Or no, sorry, excuse me. I was born 6 months. Like 6 months after I was born, she got started working at Whataburger. So like, I still grew up at Whataburger.
Nice.
But anyways, oh, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I was just about to. I was about to say. I was about to say. And did you came with a side of fries
Hell yeah, I
when
did.
you popped out?
Oh yeah, fries
Nice.
and onion rings.
Nice. Shit, man.
Okay, but look, I have a lot of positive memories with Bernie. But funny enough, the earliest memory I could possibly think of was actually kind of one of the worst. Was that like, I guess I don't know who decided to do it, but we were both left in the car.
I honestly don't remember this, but
Yeah,
talking.
well, because I'm a year older, so there's a chance that like my brain was developed a little bit more, and I do remember you being more of like on the baby side of things.
Most likely. Yeah.
But okay,
Most
so
likely.
obviously Bernie has one hand, and as a kid, I thought it was the most interesting thing to look at, right? Because you're stupid, you don't know, right? And
Oh,
I'm just staring at it. Bernie, sorry, is like
Whatever.
looking at me, and with his nub, he literally pops my eye, like, bruh.
Oh my! I seriously don't fucking remember that. But
Oh,
I feel like
dude.
that's some shit that I would probably do.
And then I remember just being like, "Mommy, mommy." We're both in the car, so like, I don't know, like I remember the doors being closed and everything. Like this was at Emily's house, actually. I could tell you that, and we're just in the car and you just hear, like, right in my eye with that nub. I'm like, bro, but like, oh man, like that's the earliest memory. If I really thought hard, that's the earliest memory. But I feel like the memory that really brought us closer was our Mexico trips. Like,
Oh my god! Yes.
we both would bring Game Boys and Game Cubes and DSs, and I just remember like we would
We're
have
fucking nerds.
we
We're
were
fucking nerds.
we were dumb. Like I remember we used to just like text on the fucking the Nintendo chat little like
Oh my god! Yes. Pickle chat.
Pixel
Pixel
chat, yeah. Ah, dude, we used to like do so much stupid stuff back then. I mean,
Like I remember you freaking helped me in Super Mario World or whatever on the game. I mean on the Game Boy because I can never be one love when you helped me beat it. That's all I remember.
dude, I just remember like going into that one back room closet. I know they shut it, like they sealed it off now with concrete. But I remember
they
we used
did.
to go back there and we used to just like have our Game Boys. I remember I used to play Spider-Man and like he would have like this I remember he had the DSi and he was doing his stupid animations and he was like
God, I remember those.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that's my earliest memory. I don't know if you want to go.
Okay, my earliest memory was actually like us playing video games, obviously, because of course we were fucking nerds back then. But I think it was what system was it? I think it was the GameCube. I want to say the GameCube, but I don't know what game we were playing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was Kirby Ride or was it Smash Bros. But we played the fuck out of those games
Actually,
for so fucking long.
it was because I remember it was in a room. It was in one of your rooms, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the GameCube, and we played Air Ride, Mario Party 7, and Sonic Heroes. Those were the games I remember.
Dude, Sonic Heroes was a fucking dope game. I never finished it actually. I never finished it.
Dude, oh, man, I'll get into that later. But trust me when I say like, I've done a lot more than just finish that game.
I could tell. No, okay, knowing this guy, he would do 100% completion rate on any fucking game he gets. It does not fucking matter what game it is. It could be fucking Barbie's Horse Adventure, and he'll fucking complete that shit.
Correction, it's Hello Kitty Birthday Bash for the Game Boy Advance. Thank you very
What the
much.
fuck? Nah, yeah. But honestly, to be honest, like we're just in a room playing Smash Bros. Or whatever game that was on there. You just play the fuck out of it. And honestly, to be honest, but the Mexico trips did brought us closer. And what brought us even more closer was just this past like few months when he built me the PC. He got me into all this streaming stuff now. And honestly, and honestly, to be honest, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing YouTube because I always watch his YouTube videos and streams, and I was like, I could probably do that, but I need a gimmick, and that's when I got every time I watched Luna, I was like, I could probably do those, I could probably do that story time bit, and yeah, here we are now. I'm streaming, I do story time content, so yeah, here we are.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man. Like, so yeah, so clearly we have like a connection. Like, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we obviously both have our best friends and our own like lives going on, but I always like to think that like at the end of the day, like Bernie's like I see, at least in my side, I definitely see Bernie part of my circle, and he's always somebody that like I'm willing to go out for to help, even though I give him bullshit a lot.
A lot.
I do always make sure like he's taken care of, at least from my point of view, if that makes sense.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Bueno, okay. So now that we got all the introductories out of the way, so tell me, what's been on your mind, oh one-hander?
Mostly just school, honestly. Like, to be honest, there's two classes that I've been failing, but I'm actually starting to pass now. This past week, I've been failing all the exams and shit, but because of this past week, I'm passing with a 70 now. So overall, those two classes, I barely passed my first exam on. So I'm just like, oh, finally. It's been low key rough, but I think I got it. I think I got the gist of it now.
I definitely
So yeah.
get that. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like school, especially when you're in college, it does take up so much of your time. I mean, it's something that you have to like put your mind to 110%, or else you're just not gonna succeed. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
it's just how it is, you know. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue the other stuff in life while in college, because when it comes down to it, college is gonna be the best time of your life, because once you graduate, you got to go to work and you got to really get into the adult. Like, you're already doing the adult thing now, but now you're not going to just learn and build yourself, find yourself. Now you're going to work for somebody else, you know?
No, yeah.
So while I feel that everyone should always make their own choices and go where they want to go. Don't feel that just because you go to college that you're limited to just college. Like, in my opinion, out of all the things you could have done, military, and again, this is not to call out anybody who's in that, because I have like a good handful of friends, including, excuse me, my best friend Aaron, who's in the Air Force. Another guy I know, George, who also has his own channel. He's in the U.S. Army, and my friend Angel,
Nice.
who's in the Marines. Um, they're all having fun, but there's no doubt about it that when you're in college, you have so much freedom. And if you have the opportunity to go, I highly recommend you go. Even if it's something like community college, that is nothing to be ashamed of. That is
It really
actually,
isn't.
it's actually good because it shows that you care about yourself and your future. So go, put your effort and everything you have into it, but don't feel like you're doing the wrong decision. It's hard because even I doubt myself sometimes, but I know that it's going to pay off. And obviously, if it wasn't for college, I wouldn't have gotten more professional with my recording and my streaming because I'm oddly enough doing that at school, which is pretty cool because it's teaching me how to do all this stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. And also for the people who don't think college is for them, it's okay. Like honestly, if college isn't for you, just do something that you like to do. If you want to work, go work. If you want to start do something, do something. Like honestly, college isn't for everyone. And trust me, I seen it. Trust me, I seen a couple of friends who don't go to college who are fucking smart. They want to go to college, and honestly, they're doing good for themselves. They could have gone to college. They really could have. They got scholarships and everything. Some went to the military. My boy Devin, shout out to you if you ever watch this. He's doing quite good for himself, and he's really good at cars. Like he loves cars. Like you know Mercedes and stuff like that, like BMWs, Mitsubishi Lancers, but like all customized and modded. Like he's really like into that stuff. I'm like, damn, that's nice. It's nice. And plus, I got another buddy. He's in college, but he's in community college right now. He's doing good for himself. He likes to draw. Um, he's and plus he has a big ass uh Silverado truck, but he's doing quite good for himself. Doing quite good for himself. And I'm proud of that fool. And honestly, I'm proud of all my friends who are doing their own thing. I'm just glad they're doing good. I'm just glad they're doing well for themselves. So yeah, honestly, college isn't for everyone, yes. But honestly, to be honest, you can make something of yourself. Like I said, you don't have to go to college to be the one that everyone looks up to you. Like you could be like anyone else. Honestly, just do you. Honestly, that's really all I have to say is just do you.
I couldn't agree with that more. I will say though, I will add on to that is just that if you are gonna do yourself, just make sure whatever you are doing, make sure it's something that's you can look back and say, is this what I wanted to do? Is this what would make me proud? Like if you don't try to do whatever you want to do, then you're not gonna succeed. You know, and if you're just gonna settle because it just works for you, like temporarily, sure, do it. Because at the end of the day, you got to do whatever it takes to put food on the table. But if you don't eventually apply yourself to whatever it is you want to achieve, then of course it's probably not gonna make you happy. Take your time if you need to, do it right away if you can, but for sure apply yourself to whatever you want to do. Again, whatever that could possibly be, you got to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out on some freaking great opportunities that you probably didn't even realize you could have. So I just want to end it with that. I think that's a good way to like push people to do good stuff.
That is true, man. Honestly, to be honest, I couldn't agree more.
So
Couldn't agree more.
now that we got the inspirational talk out of the way, I got to ask you, because I want to talk about this. I was thinking about we're doing it for video, but you know what? Let's do it for the podcast. So tell me, what's your opinion on Call of Duty Vanguard? I want to hear your side of it.
Overall, it's like a 7 out of 10. It's not a full 10 out of 10. Cause come on, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna deride it because it's Call of Duty. No, like, there is some flaws to it. Like zombies, it's completely changed. And honestly, I don't like the state it is right now. Like, Cold War zombies was way better, but Cold War, fuck, I talk. its multiplayer was just straight up garbage. I couldn't play it. Like at first when I picked up the game, it was nice and everything, but after like a few like battle passes and seasons gone, I'm just like, I wish I never bought that game. Modern Warfare is way better, but I still hate the fact that they're still using Warzone to like eat up my damn storage. That's the only issue I have with Warzone. It just eats up your damn storage, and it just pisses me off. It's like literally my only complaint about Call of Duty right now, which is like Warzone. I hate it with a passion. Now, now that's full of hackers and everything. I don't know. I don't know if it's still in that state right now. They probably changed it because I know they had some like new anti cheat, some new like system or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if that's working good right now. But overall, Vanguard, going back to Vanguard, multiplayer, very solid. 8 out of 10 multiplayer. They have a lot of freaking maps, so there's a lot of variety to it. Not that much game modes yet, but whenever they start bringing those out, I think it's gonna be a hit. Hopefully, let's just hope they keep consistently dropping good content. That's what I'm hoping for. I know. And then and there's like this new system of like changing it 6v6 or 8 versus 8 or 10 versus 10 or just more than that. That's actually not that bad of a. It's actually not that bad of a feature, honestly. I like that. I like that. And there's also this new feature. Whenever you do good on a game, you can actually vote for the MVP, and it gives you more XP if you win the MVP towards the end of the game. So yeah, and also Champions Hill, love it. My brother freaking loves it because he loves gunfight back in Modern Warfare. Love gunfight, it was amazing. Champions Hill, it's kind of like the same thing, but just a little bit better in my opinion. But yeah, overall, the whole game. Oh yeah, campaign. I still haven't played campaign yet. I'm going to do that on stream. Sure. I want to finish the whole campaign in one stream. That's the goal. I want to be surprised. And I haven't looked at any videos about campaign. So yeah. But overall, Vanguard, a solid 7 out of 10. I'm liking it so far.
Okay. Well, I'm already about to
crush my dreams.
If I had to light up the comments. Yeah, I have no interest in Call of Duty Vanguard, which is very funny because when I started really pushing this channel again, I really was pushing a lot of Call of Duty content. I mean, Modern Warfare, that's no doubt about it. I think we all agree that it was like, while I didn't 100% like the multiplayer, I would say that it was a lot better than what I was wanting to, and it was a fresh breath of fresh air.
I loved it, to be honest. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's some balancing issues. I think there was a good amount of
the shotguns. Oh my!
The shotguns were.
And the riot shield.
Whoa! What the hell just happened? Whatever. I don't know. It like dropped and then I don't know the call. Anyways, sorry.
You're good. But yeah, the shotguns, the riot shield. I'm like, oh my god, my brother uses that. He's such a fucking troll.
I hate how a lot of the balancing was. I hate a lot of the doors were a big problem. I think that's I think everybody agrees. And then obviously skill-based matchmaking. Although I do feel like the skill-based matchmaking isn't really going anywhere anytime soon. And I call it that, but I know that it's not 100% because skill-based matchmaking has technically been there since Call of Duty 4. It's just more of the type they're using, which I don't like. I don't agree. And I don't know if Vanguard's doing it, but when I check Twitter, that still seems to be the same case. So I don't think it's going anywhere. So minus those flaws and everything that Call of Duty was doing before Modern Warfare, when Modern Warfare came out, it was a breath of fresh air. I loved Warzone when that came out. I loved the campaign. Oh, the campaign, 10 out of 10, man. There was... Love it. I am excited for the next game, okay? So I'm not going to act like I've completely abandoned Call of Duty, okay? I will admit, I had originally abandoned it after Black Ops 3. I didn't even want to touch it. I moved on with my life, pretty much. But Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4 kind of rolled me in, even though I didn't really like that game. I think there was something about it, though, that, like, kind of, like, it caught my
Okay.
attention. Mostly it was the zombies because of Blood of the
Blackout,
Dead.
right?
No, 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 Blackout. Blood of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
It was a remake of, well, not, I shouldn't say remake, rather a redo of Mob of the Dead from Black Ops 2.
I do
And
remember that.
while I didn't really like that game too much, I had fun with it at the very least. It was fun to play with friends. So I was like, okay, cool. But whatever. But because it had my attention, then I was like, okay, now that we got you back, here's this game. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm in it. So obviously, hearing what was going on behind the scenes with Black Ops Cold War, it was a mess. Okay? It was like Sledgehammer was working on it for like 2.5 years. Then Activision came in and said, nope, get the hell out. Treyarch, you got 6 months to fix this game, you know? And
Basically.
really, I don't blame Treyarch. I don't blame Sledgehammer. I blame Activision, okay? Look, I think we all know that Activision just had a big problem with the game. Like, but, and especially, and this is another reason why I'm not going to be buying, at least personally, I won't be buying Vanguard. Although, again, if I get the gift and they get it for me, I'll play it. But the thing was, Activision clearly saw money making gold with Infinity Ward and Modern Warfare. Like, that thing blew up the Call of Duty franchise again. It revitalized everything. And while a lot of people didn't like it, I will understand why they didn't like it, but there's no hiding the fact that it was one of the most popular games of that year when it came out.
Yeah, sure.
So, on that note, I was excited for Cold War. But Cold War really was a disappointment when it first came out. And I'm not going to lie, like, while I did have fun with the campaign, it was so short. Like, I mean, I blinked and then I was done. And
Oh my god.
I definitely didn't agree with them replacing the voice actors, but something tells me that there was like a studio reason behind that. Not really like that they couldn't really get them, you know? So I don't know. But again, that's something I won't 100% really know. But
Yeah.
I will lie. I'm not gonna lie. After season 3 came out of that game, I grinded hard on that game. Like, I was starting to really like the game. The reason why I stopped playing it when I did was not because it was a bad game in my opinion. It was because it was too damn easy. I mean, I got to the point where I was going 30-1 like in every game, and it was kind of like pretty depressing. You know, like at first you're thinking, oh man, you're on this high, you're doing good. But then it's like it kept putting me on these servers where it was just like there was no challenge. And then like I knew that there was a situation where once in a while, like you're supposed to be like in one bad match, a couple of bad matches, and a couple of good matches. That's how skill based this new wave of matchmaking was working.
No, yeah.
But like they never put me in those hard lob. At least that I just noticed. You know, once in a while I'll get shit on, sure, but like it was rare. Like I was going off. Like I had a lot of clips to this day where I'm just like I'm killing it. But it got too boring for me. That's what happened. It got too stale. I liked the updates. I liked when they added the
Like the Halloween events and everything like that.
oh yeah, well, I forgot about that. I was thinking more way back with the action heroes, the '80s action heroes when they did like Rambo and
Oh yeah.
like that was
Wait, huh?
fun.
Are we talking about Cold War or are we talking about
Cold War,
Oh, okay, Cold War. Right.
yeah,
My dumbass is still on Modern Warfare.
yeah, and I really started to like pick up on it and be like, okay, you know what, it's fun, but it was just too easy, and I got too boring real fast for me, you know. And the zombies, okay, let's admit the zombies weren't that great. While oh my god, and there are a lot of YouTubers that would definitely disagree with me on that because there are YouTubers who say that this was the definitive zombies, and not the ones to say that man, it's so mixed, bro. Like people are saying Black Ops 3 was the best zombies. Now they're saying Cold War is the best zombies, and it's like nobody can really agree on anything. So I'm just gonna say that it sucked ass. Personally, I think Black Ops Zombies personally peaked in Black Ops 2, and then that's it. That's my personal opinion on it.
Technically, yes, you were right about that. Black
Uh,
Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 zombies were the goats.
and World at War.
That is true.
But anyways, off that. So look, I don't hate Cold War, but I see that while Treyarch was trying to do their best, there was just so much that had to be done. That's like it had no chance. It really didn't. And then for them Vanguard to just come out, it didn't appeal to me at all. I was tired of World War II. I never wanted a World War II shooter. I remember when the advanced movements like Infinite Warfare came out, everybody was begging for a World War II shooter. I never begged them for that. Fuck no. I stood my ground and said, hell damn no. I want a boots on the ground game, yes. I do not want a freaking World War II shooter. It's boring. I think World at War was the best World War II shooter. They made it, and it didn't need to be made. If they wanted to remaster it, that's cool, but they did not need to make, at least in my opinion. They made World War II, it flopped. Vanguard, I'm not sure. It's still too early to say how that's doing. But what I recently heard from a developer who was in close contact with Activision, this is supposedly what they say. I don't know if this is true. Take it with a grain of salt because I'm not a leaker.
True.
I'm not a leaker. I'm not a news COD channel, whatever. But
Drama alert. Just be like next to drama alert.
But what I understood was that Activision is putting a lot of pressure on both Treyarch and in Sledgehammer to essentially just pump out games. Just make them as fast as they can, and that's it. And the reason why they want that is so that they can give Infinity Ward all the time they can get to make the Modern Warfare games, because they see the Modern Warfare games as like their bread and butter. You know,
Sure.
and I mean, as well, I do understand from a business standpoint why they're doing that. I think that's so unfair because I think Treyarch does make good games. I mean, whether you hate, and again, I don't agree with some of these opinions, but whether you hate Treyarch or not, they probably make some of the better games in the franchise. Like, and we can't talk about the original Modern Warfare because that was the original Infinity Ward. They left. They went to go do Titanfall. The new Infinity Ward, they make the games like Ghost, Infinite Warfare, and all those games. That's the Infinite Warfare we got now. Treyarch hasn't really changed. And they've been around since World at War. Then they made Black Ops. They made Black Ops 2, which was literally like hit after hit after hit. Black Ops 3, whether you liked it or not, personally, I did not like it. But at least with the consensus with people, it was the better of the futuristic games. Personally, I liked Advanced Warfare, and personally, balance-wise, I think Infinite Warfare did it better. But according to the community, Black Ops 3 was the better game. And if that's the case, I always go with what they agree with. I will have my opinions. I'm allowed to have my opinions. But I always try to go with the majority just because I feel like if everybody's so decisive, then nothing ever really gets picked, if that makes sense. And I really want best for everybody. Because if everyone else is having fun, I'm having fun. That's how I always done this Call of Duty thing. Right? Specifically with Call of Duty. But yeah, so Black Ops 3 was the better advanced movement. Black Ops 4 peaked with re-interest with boots on the ground. And while look, Cold War, you can have your opinion. There's no doubt about it that they still killed it with the music. Okay, I mean, I still rock it as my outro. Like, you know.
I love that intro.
Like there's. The music is still good. You could tell that they still wanted to make a good game. They just didn't have a lot of time, you know?
They really didn't.
And I think the fact that they're treating Treyarch like the shit end of the stick is kind of fucked up. But look, I'm not going to act like these people are perfect. I'm not going to defend. I don't do the whole defending companies thing. But what I will say is that Activision is just a greedy hungry money thing, and they literally told Sledgehammer to make this game just so they can give Infinity Ward an extra year to make Modern Warfare 2. Which, look, I'm sure Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a great game, but I'm still having trouble paying $60 a game every year for another Call of Duty. Like, you know, maybe it's different for you because I know you like the NBA series, so like you kind of just do the whole buy a new game every year for $60, you know.
Basically, well, not $70. That's PS5.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't really agree with that kind of philosophy in terms of business practices. I like a game that's going to hold me over for a good 2 to 3 years, you know. And I know it's hard to say that, but like, I mean, look at Smash Brothers. Like, it held on for 4 years, and it's still one of the funnest games I still play up to this day, you know.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, I don't know how people are gonna react to this, but I actually do think Battlefield 2042 has a chance. I
Call of Duty.
blow them out of the water in my opinion.
No, not Halo, but Battlefield.
Yeah, those are the two games I'm more excited for. Anyways, was Halo Infinite and Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 because it just looks fun and obviously like, I mean, I've always loved Battlefield and so Battlefield 5 they really fucked up, but I liked Battlefield 1, and while the beta kind of was, I saw the issues with Battlefield 2042, but I actually had no issues when I played it. It was the most flawless experience I've ever had. I don't know how, but it just was. But I'm excited for that, and obviously Halo Infinite. I've been waiting for a good Halo for so fucking long.
Ever since Halo Reach, man, that was like the last good one. The campaign, amazing. Multiplayer, amazing. Jesus fuck, the custom games.
It's not perfect though. It's not perfect because I hate armor lock in Halo Reach. I hate it so much, but it was still fun. It was fun.
It was really fun. The campaign was good. I love the campaign.
But like ever since 343 got in charge of Halo, I mean, Halo 4 was just Halo of Duty. Like it was trying to copy Call of Duty. Then Halo 5 Guardians came out, and man, that was just one of my biggest disappointments in my life. I don't know what the hell happened. That was a new low for Microsoft. So, you know what? After seeing what I saw, after being able to play what I played, Halo Infinite is looking to be one of the best games of this year. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if Halo Infinite ends up being on Game of the Year. Now, I'm probably going to regret saying that because something tells me something's going to go wrong. And, you know, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I see the reason why I also have a lot of faith is because some of the original people who worked on the original Halo games from Bungie left, and now they came back to Halo, and now they're running the shit. So
that's good.
That's why I have confidence in Halo. Battlefield 2042, it's a little up in the air, but I've been excited anyways because it just looked cool, and I like the connection with Battlefield 3 and 4. So those are the two games that right now my eye is looking at. And I've been playing a lot of Master Chief Collection. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4. And I'm just more enthusiastic about those games right now. I mean, again, when Modern Warfare 2 gets announced, you know damn well I'm going to be on it. You know damn well I'm going to put all my videos in. But
that is sure.
Because of the way that I see Activision is treating these developers, like, work hard so that these people get the light, you know. I'm like, it's hard for me to just support that, you know. Again, if the game is good, that's great. Good for you, good for all the people who bought it. But personally, out of respect and out of my morals, I'm choosing to not buy that game out of my money. You know, again, if I get the gift, I made a promise that I will play it. I'll make videos on it. I'll milk the fuck out of that game, you know.
You probably would.
But unless I get the gift of it, I refuse to pay for it from out of my pocket, you know. And that's just how I am. That's how it's going to be. This is not to attack anybody. You know, if you like the game, good for you. Good.
Man, if you want it, go get it.
But
we have no control over you. But they don't buy this game, like we know everything. Fuck no, we're just two dumbasses who like games.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Although I will say this: if you have a PC, get the PC version. Don't pay $70. Please don't. It's not
That's what
worth it.
that's what I did.
Yeah, I should have
Oh,
told you.
Vander.
You should have bought the PC version. Because in that sense, like you pay $60, but you still get the next gen features.
That is true.
And again, and see that's actually something I talk about in the video that I'm currently editing as of recording this podcast. In that video, I'm talking about the PlayStation 5, but I mentioned that when it comes to multi-platform games, PC hasn't really changed for the most part. And so while the games are getting more pricey, like for example, Battlefield 2042 is now $70 if you want the next gen version, but you can still get the PC for $60, and you still get the same features. You still get to play 124 people, like, you know. And I don't know. I go into that in my video, but yeah, that's how I'm doing it.
Interesting. Interesting fact. I love the honesty and everything. Yeah. Also, I need to know which kind of like Xbox controller should I get for my PC. So I am planning to get a controller for the PC, because as much as I do like keyboard and mouse, you know for a fact it's gonna get fucking stroke. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just more better with
Okay.
this.
Well, before I ask you what kind of Xbox controller you want, let me ask you this. Forgetting the fact that it's for PC, what's your favorite controller right now?
PS5 controller.
Okay, then just use that.
No, yeah. Here's the thing, because I tried using it for Back 4 Blood because I have the Xbox Game Pass. I actually got the $1 deal
Yeah.
thing for PC, but it just wouldn't work. And so I was using that thing they told me.
Oh, the DS4?
DS4. Yeah. That wasn't working, so I was like, I guess I need to get Xbox controller.
No, there's a setting you have to put, where you have to switch it between PlayStation and Xbox, because
No, and that's what I did too. I switched to Xbox, still wasn't working.
You know what? In a couple of weeks, I'll be back in town, so I might just look at that for you, because it should just work. Like, I mean, it should, because essentially, the way the program works, it just tells the computer, oh, this is an Xbox controller. So if it's having that issue when you put it in Xbox mode, you're gonna get the same issue when you actually go and pay $60 or $70 for an Xbox controller. But off that, if you are planning to get an Xbox controller, just get a Xbox, like a proper Xbox branded controller. You know, not like a third party one, like an official one that you would normally get with the console. And
do I get the little adapter one, or do I just buy with the wire?
it will come with the wire. And also it will use the same wire as the one on your PlayStation 5 too. So even if it didn't, again, the only thing is it still runs on batteries. So make fun of it as you will.
Yes, I will continue to make fun of those battery hooligans.
But even though it doesn't really matter if it has batteries or not, because it's going to be plugged into your PlayStation. PC.
Sure.
So yeah, just get whatever one. I guess the only thing you would have to worry about is color. I mean, Xbox. I will say this: PlayStation sucks ass in terms of the options you get. But they release 3 fucking colors, and everybody's like getting their dicks wet over it. Like, I sound.
The black looks nice. The red, I'm not really too big of a fan of.
Everyone, I get that. Like, I sound like
a freaking fanboy for Xbox. Yes.
not more like just a hater, but I sound brute. Yes, but Xbox Design Lab. Have you ever seen it? Like,
I've seen it before. Oh my god, it's beautiful, man, dude. If only PlayStation had that.
And you know what's even cool now? Xbox even made it a feature so you can buy consoles, Xbox controllers, and design it like this on your console. So like similar how you go to the PlayStation Store and download games. Now you can actually buy merchandise. You can buy T-shirts. You can buy all that straight from the Xbox, and with the same money and the same card. So So like somebody gives you a $50 gift card for Xbox, you know, let's say you had like a couple more bucks in your account, and then you can just use that for a controller, and you buy it straight from your Xbox. You don't even need a computer.
I love it.
So look, I'll admit, Xbox is kind of making a comeback right now, but it's still early to say whether it's going to be successful or not. But Xbox is looking like they're killing it. Like they're going to compete, you know. It's not going to be.
Oh yeah.
It is not going to be one-sided like it was last generation. At least I don't think it will be.
I mean, like, you're hoping it's not.
I mean, it's looking like it's not. Like people are buying X. If it was going to be as bad, you would be able to find a Series X right now. But everybody's buying a Series X just as much as everyone's buying a PlayStation 5. Games are being sold. They're buying big name companies. Like the fact that Doom and Elder Scrolls and Fallout are now Xbox exclusives. Well, quote unquote. We don't know yet, but they're part of the Xbox brand. You know, it says something, you know.
Yeah.
And then, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm curious on that. Oh man.
I just made a freaking, like, you know, my college's Xbox fucking controller right now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you ever? Okay. I gotta ask you.
What is it?
Is there? I know you're not like a big movie person, but
I mean, I could be if I wanted to. If I actually sit down and watch all the movies.
I guess that's true. But I don't know. Just because I gotta admit, right now, like, what's your opinion on the fact that like everything was going into streaming? Like, do you see it as a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I see it 50-50. Just the only good thing I see is, like, since we're still in a pandemic, it keeps everyone safer. I don't mind it. But the bad thing is, if you want to watch something, it's only limited to that streaming service, which fucking sucks. When they could just release it.
Well, I mean,
out in theater.
Well, what they're doing right now is they're doing both. So, for example, like Halloween Kills, they're doing both. I mean, of course, streaming services are gonna have like their own movies. I mean, Netflix was doing it already for what, 7 years? You know, Netflix exclusive movies. That's common. To me, that wasn't the issue. It was talking about like the big movies like Halloween Kills, Black Widow, something like that. But like how they were doing it where they're like, oh, you get it with the streaming service or they release it straight to theaters. But now they're doing both, especially like HBO Max. They were doing both. Like you could either watch it on HBO Max or go into a theater and watch it. But you're 50-50 on it though.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, me too. Just 50.
I
mean, I like it, but then I hate it. Then I like it. It just really depends how I feel. To be honest, I don't really have any feeling towards it right now because I'm just like whatever about it.
Yeah.
But there is this Juice WRLD documentary that's coming out on HBO, and I'm like, gotta watch it. Luckily for me though, because of my phone plan, because we upgraded it to 5G or whatever.
Yeah.
We get HBO. We get it, but it comes with an ad. So I'm like, damn it. So do I have to pay?
There's an ad version?
Yes, there is an ad version.
I didn't even know there was an ad version.
There's been an ad version for a long time. It's cheap as fuck.
I honestly had no idea. I've always had the regular version, so I didn't even know there was an ad version for HBO Max.
Yeah, but the only thing that sucks though, like, you know, if you're watching a movie, the ads are in the movie, so it just pisses me off.
Oh, that sucks.
With the movies too. Like for instance, I was watching Project X on it. There's ads, and I'm like, why?
Wasn't
Project?
Go ahead.
Project X, the party movie.
No, I know, but I was gonna say, isn't Project X also on Netflix?
It is now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it's been on Netflix for a while.
That's true.
But I don't know, man. Like, I think it's fine. and again, I'm not trying to be like a company defender because I hate being that kind of person. But
Yeah.
I mean, I do see that once it gets on streaming, it gets pirated right away, like no hesitation. Like it's straight. Like there's this website that I use, which I will not mention in this video because, well, even though I do it, I'm admitting to it.
Hi, Carly. Hi, Carly.
I do not want people to be doing this, But
No, yeah.
yeah, I see that like literally instantly it gets recorded and put on this website. And the movie has like no chance to make like real money. And in terms of your average consumer standpoint,
I hate you. I
it's
fucking hate you.
it's very like easy for it's very easy to be able to get a free way to watch your stuff, which is nice. But for studios and these companies, it's obviously bad because that's potential revenue that they're losing to people who have to go to the movies. Again, I'm not too sure how I feel about it myself. I will say though that it is definitely the future. Like whether you like it or not, it's gonna go that way, and it's gonna come to the point where one day everything's gonna be on a streaming platform. And
True that.
I mean, because when people start going to the movie theaters, I mean, I used to miss the movie theaters once the pandemic hit. I was going to it like frequently. I was getting my popcorn, sitting with friends. But when people were going back, you have coffee, you have dirty floors, nasty seats, the popcorn, the food will be overpriced, crying babies, disruptions, all kinds of things,
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention,
Yep.
so it's like, oh, and not to mention you actually have to get up and dress to go somewhere to watch a movie. Wow.
When you could just sit at home, be naked as fuck, and watch a fucking movie if you wanted to.
Pretty much like you're just scratching your ass and watching King Kong, watching a gorilla beat up a giant reptile. Like,
Scratching your ass.
I mean, am I wrong though?
Just be like, oh fuck yeah, I like this part. You just scratch your ass while you're fucking watching.
I mean, pretty much. I'm not wrong though. Like, it's like these.
So you're implying that you scratch your ass during that movie?
Hey! We're not gonna
So
point fingers. We're not pointing fingers now.
I'm not the one who mentioned it. You're the one who said scratching ass. I'm like, wait, what?
But I'm just saying, people can do that.
You could have think of a better way and just be like, just laying down in the nude, fucking watching a movie. You could be like, I don't know,
scratching your ass.
That's even. I feel like this watching a movie naked as fuck while you're just trying to enjoy a movie is better than fucking scratching your ass and watching a movie. There is one good side about, watching movies with the streaming service. You could buy whatever the fuck you want, and it's not even overpriced, food-wise. Just take some fucking McDonald's. It's not like the fucking usher at the movie theater is gonna go run to your house, but like, hey, is that McDonald's? Like,
And that's the other thing too. It's like, if somebody already has the account, you don't need to pay for like separate tickets or reserve tickets and worry about availability. Like who's gonna come over. You already have the food. So in some cases, you may pay absolutely nothing to watch a movie that just came out.
Technically, you're right.
Now there is downsides. I mean, for one, unless you're filthy rich, you probably don't have a movie projector, the best lighting and the best sound system, to watch these movies. Like there is a real thing when watching these on like an actual projector and a good quality camera and a good film, good like $10,000 surround sound system. There's a good feeling to it, but I mean, the convenience and the price is kind of worth just keeping it on streaming. And I do believe, like, as sad as I hate to admit it, like, it probably will go away.
Movie theater is not gonna be a thing anymore. It's gonna suck though.
Although I'm not gonna act like it's gonna happen tomorrow either. Like, it'll be years till we don't see a movie theater.
Breaking freaking news! All the movie theaters are closed. You guys ruined it with all your streaming services. Go F yourselves.
We're probably gonna be old, right? Or I could just see it and be like, back in my day, like we used to have these things called movie theaters.
Back in my fucking day, we fucking had to drive to the movie theaters. What do y'all do? Just sit on your asses and scratch your asses and watch the movies.
Oh yeah, now I'm the only one that says okay, but you can say it.
You mentioned it, so it's on you.
But you know what though? I gotta admit, it's gonna be kind of weird saying that when we get older. Being like, back in my day, we didn't have these fango dango streaming services. We had good old fashioned movie theaters, and we used to actually pull out our smartphones, put it in a GPS, and drive to the movie theater. They're gonna be like, wow, you just didn't use your built-in screen system in your eyeball. It's like, no, we didn't have that back in my day. We actually,
you know what, Mike? You know, I can't wait for the moment that my kids freaking ask me, "Hey, Dad, or Grandpa, who's this guy in the picture?" And it's a picture of Kobe Bryant. I'm like, kids, you better sit the fuck down. I'm about to tell you a fucking legend. Sit your asses down. It's gonna be a long one.
You know what? I think Kobe Bryant will be remembered. Like, if people still know who Larry Bird is now, I think Kobe Bryant will be remembered. I think.
But I'm gonna tell them what it was like watching him. You guys can watch all that freaking shit on the videos, but actually, like, seeing him live on TV, it was a different fucking feeling. You guys would never experience that. You guys won't even. You know what's scary though? LeBron James is gonna retire soon, and our kids are never gonna watch him play ever again. That's the scary part. We grew up with Kobe and LeBron, basically.
Just think about
what are they gonna grow up with? I already know Luka Doncic is gonna be one of them. I think Giannis is gonna be one of them, the basketball players. I'm just wondering, like, who the fuck are they gonna grow up with? And like, we have the originals. We grew up with the freaking San Antonio Spurs, the big three in the Miami Heat, all these championships, everything that we witnessed, the history making, everything.
Yeah, but just remember, time goes by fast. We did not witness Michael Jordan and his high time, you know?
Of course we didn't, but he was there in 2003, but I had a brain full of fucking mashed potatoes, so I wouldn't be able to fucking remember him. My brother did see him multiple times, because he was, like, born in 1998, and he was able to watch him play basketball on TV, so kudos to him if he even likes it.
Well, he watched his end career. My sisters, who were born in 85, shit, they saw him in his prime. They even saw the transition to baseball. They saw everything. They saw from beginning to end, practically. Practically, I say. And my dad, oh man, all the way back to Magic. My dad did watch Magic Johnson. My dad watched the Iceman who used to play with the Spurs. Oh dude,
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I saw him like in real time. He was phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, my dad saw that. Actually, my dad, if it wasn't for the Spurs, my dad would have never been a basketball fan, because he thought basketball was not well, I can't say it on a video or a live stream or anything, but like,
we'll just type it out right here. I actually kind of want to know.
Let's just say it wasn't to him, it wasn't socially acceptable. But
I think I got it.
Let me see.
I think I got it, but I want you to type it out though.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my god!
But once they
okay, first of all, that's what I think when fucking track and field and shit.
Well, track and field's different though. Track and field's different, because that's more of an Olympic thing, so that's a whole nother level. Yeah, but
oh my god.
But once the team
such words.
Once the team left wherever they were originally from, I think they're from Los Angeles, right? I don't remember. And they came to San Antonio and they became the Spurs. They were
actually named something at first. They were called the Chop.
They're the Choppers. I remember, but I just can't remember the city. I could not remember the city. Let me see.
I know, me too. I'm about to look this up right now.
Origin.
San Antonio.
Original. I know it was like the. Oh, right there. It's the no, not the
The
kid.
Texas Chaparralettes or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah, the
So they're from Dallas actually.
yeah. I know they're from like some other the champs. Let me see. A historical influence. The Dallas, uh, the Chaparrals. There you go.
Chaparrals, yes. Exactly. I couldn't freaking
Yeah,
like say that name.
I knew it was like close, but like I couldn't remember. But then they moved to San Antonio, and they became the San Antonio Spurs. And then
Exactly.
because of that,
Exactly.
that's when my dad started to actually like basketball, and then like it's been
And
in
we,
that family ever since.
and we weren't even in the NBA yet. Like we were still part of the ABA, but ever since we won that championship, I think we're the first ones who ever won the NBA championship as a ABA team because they collided.
Yeah,
The National Basketball Association and the
yeah,
Annual Basketball Association. I think. I think that's what it's called back then. Like they actually collided.
yeah. Dude, oh man, can we? Oh,
But
David Robertson though. Ah,
bro, I've seen that for so many times. I'm not even phased by it. I seen the Iceman before.
no,
Holy
no.
fucking.
I'm just talking about the way he played. Of course, I feel like everybody's met David Robinson at this point. He was too common, but
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
was talking about just the fact that like the way
The
he
way he plays,
played. Yeah, but I
it was
felt like
amazing,
for
bro.
years he was carrying the team up until they won that championship that year, and then
Actually, to be honest, as soon as Tim Duncan came, I think he just, took off the weight from his
oh
back.
yeah, no, definitely. And then all the big names,
Tony, Manu. I, I
Bruce.
still, I still can't believe I got a picture with Manu, bro. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a picture with all of them. I have him with Tony, Tim, Manu, David,
Why Leonard?
Bruce Bowen when he used to play with the Spurs. Um, who else did I get it with?
Why Leonard?
I got Kawhi Leonard, but I'm still salty about it.
I know, me too. Don't worry.
Um,
I still blame the uncle to this day. I blame him, Kawhi Leonard still, yeah, but I blame the uncle. He put the lies instead.
yeah,
Fuck that uncle.
but I do. Green, Danny Green when he. I have a picture with him somewhere. I gotta look for that
I
one.
I never liked him, to be honest. Like towards the end of his career in San Antonio, I just never liked him.
Oh no, yeah, I understand. I get that. But like remember when Danny Green was like the 3-point king? Remember when he was at that
He
like
was in the finals, bro. In the
dude,
finals. I'm not gonna lie,
legit,
that was.
legit. Okay, so when he was doing it, I literally would watch his games, right? And this is when I was in basketball at Gus Garcia in middle school.
Mhm.
And I used to have this thing where every time he made for every 2 3-pointers he would make, I would make a 3-pointer in a game. And it was 99% accurate. And I considered myself the 3-point king. I remember I used to do
Jesus Christ.
the little hand symbols he used to do when you make his 3-pointers.
Oh yeah, three.
Yeah, and so then I used to do that all the time. Every time I made my 3-pointers back at when I was in middle
Oh,
school.
oh my god. Okay. Speaking of basketball, okay, I got a little story time for you for when it comes to basketball. I joined basketball in middle school. I was a starter, C team, by the way. Like we were the rejects. Low
Wait,
key.
there was a C team?
Yes, bro. So many people joined that there was a fucking C team at my middle school.
What the
And
fuck?
but we sometimes play against the B team or the another C team at some different school. I'm telling you guys, basketball was very big in my school. Like everyone wanted to fucking join. But I was a starter at the C team, so which made me like the shit. So fuck y'all. But here's the thing: the first game we played, I forgot what school it was. I get two fucks about it, but we had this play, and I was supposed to screen, like since I was kind of like a chunky boy back then, still small but chunky a little bit. Like you know what? Like I got some meat on me. My position was to screen, catch and shoot, but this is fucking funny because I screened, but I didn't stop all the way, and I accidentally like basically tackled the dude while screening. I tackled this dude to the floor, but they never called a foul. They never did. They just let that shit happen. The refs did not give a fuck, and everyone called after that. everyone started calling me the Burninator, the Terminator, but they called me the Burninator because I just took down a fucking guy,
What the
even
hell?
though, even fucking though I didn't mean to. So basically, I tackled a guy and they didn't even call foul. So that was funny. I liked it.
That's funny.
It
Okay,
was fucking.
so for those of you guys who don't know, football was actually my specialty growing up. I played defensive. I played left guard, defensive tackle, or nose guard, depending on what plays we were running. And I played everything: special teams, offense, defense. If it was a thing, if you had to be on the field, I was on there. This is when I was in shape. But I did all the sports. I did track and field. So I did the 100-meter dash for track, the shock put and discus for field. I did soccer, which it was weird because I would practice as defender, but I literally played every other position except for defender in games. But it's because we were undefeated. We won championships. So, like, it was kind of one of those things where, like, once we were in the lead and there was no way of coming back, coach put us wherever. And so I was just having fun as, like, the wing or, like, just try to make the goals. But anyways, basketball. While I played basketball my entire life, I was B team. Now, I will give him this. I was B team starter. So I was definitely not bench. But doesn't mean I was good. But
I mean, look at me. I was on fucking C team, but I was a starter, so kudos.
but like, look,
Actually, they gave me a chance to be on B team, but I wasn't gonna be starting. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my boys on C team. We're gonna get it. We got undefeated, bro. We were undefeated.
What? We got undefeated too in our league.
We were undefeated. A fucking C team was undefeated. Not even B team was undefeated. Not even A team was undefeated. They were looking at us like, what the fuck did y'all stay undefeated? And we're like, I don't know. I guess we're just too fucking good.
No, we got undefeated. We actually won our championship. I have a photo of our trophy. We actually won our 8th grade championship. We went to the playoffs 7th grade year, but we didn't win. But 8th grade we did win. But anyways, because
we didn't have a playoff. We just went undefeated that season. That's it.
So
we didn't have a playoff.
No, yeah, we had like a whole playoff and tournament, and we won all the way. We swept everybody. It was bad. It was nasty. I was like, man, when they show, oh, dude, did I ever tell you? Oh, okay, so part of this is part of it, but like, man, I made a half-court shot in the 4th quarter, like less than a minute left in the game. I made the final shot, but it was like, we still had like a good 30 seconds on the clock, but nobody ever scored after me. But like, I just said, fuck it, and I chugged it across from half-court shot in 8th grade, and dude, one-handed. Like, dude, it was hilarious. People were laughing, but like, let's get it, Moose. Fuck that shit up. Like, that's all you hear.
My god.
It's all you ever heard. But look, football is my specialty. Okay, I can go in and out. I still get emails to this day, actually, about coaching offers for being a coach for football.
At your college?
No, at Little League and middle school. Although middle school is a little bit harder because you need to be a teacher too, so it's a whole thing. But
that teaching job.
But besides those two things, I was a very rough kid. I was like, I like to hit people. That's also why I got into baseball too, because when I found out you could hit people, I was like, that's fun, and so I joined it.
That's fun.
That was more in high school though. But for sure, I just remember like one of my weakest points, which it's weird because when you see me do the drill, I can do a layup. A layup's easy. It's just when I'm in a game, I get too rowdy. And bro, if we're in the NBA, there would be no way like they would not be calling penalties on me for days. Like I truck everybody that's in my way. Like, you know how like they try to get up on you and like you try not to put too much pressure or else they call a penalty on you. A foul, but I said, fuck that. I'm in B team. Who gives a fuck? And I just remember like trucking like 3 dudes to the ground. And like, I just remember one dude just like flipped, like his head on the ground and his like legs went up in the air. And like he flipped backwards, bro. And I was like, hey man, don't do it. But you know what? It would work because then when I would get the ball, they would like step back, and then coaches on the other team would be like, "Why aren't you guarding him? Guard him!" But they were scared because they knew they were gonna get fucking trucked if they got in my way, and I had a hard time playing like hands free, I guess you could say. Like they're like, if they call basketball a contact sport, I'm gonna make sure that name is true. Like I played it like a running back going down the middle of a fucking like crowded ass area. Like that's how I played basketball. But hey man, I got all the room I needed, made all the 3-pointers I did, and I was the 3-point king.
Nice. Like, I love the story. That's amazing.
Very different time. I love football, but concussions are not fun.
Love basketball. Also, I actually played golf.
Yeah, I remember that because, see, at this point, I knew which high school Bernie was going to, and while we went to a higher league than Lanier at the time,
yeah, Lanier's doing pretty good, bro. You cannot lie. They're fucking amazing after we left. I'm surprised, actually.
We were good when we were in school. Like, we went to the playoffs in football season, 2018 year. That was actually the peak. That's because we knew we were the best. We knew since middle school that if we stuck together, we were going to go to high school and we were going to dominate the league. And we did. Well, no offense, but we killed Lanier, we killed Burbank, we killed everybody. We only lost our first game, and that wasn't even a district game. That was like, I think there's
another district.
It was like
outside.
Bernie Champion. It was Bernie Champion. No, those are big schools. We were in a big school league. We were playing Floresville, Bernie Champion, Alamo Heights. Like we're playing some big name schools in Texas. That's the kind of league we were in. But we were getting creamed. Okay, yeah, that was for sure. But they kept separating us as a team. We needed to all be together. And in 2018, yeah, we killed it. But what I will say, what was I gonna say?
Something about football, probably, or playoffs or something.
It was, but you said the thing about y'all being good now, and it distracted me from what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know. And our coach is finally gonna retire. Finally. He's been there since like the 70s, bro. Oh my god damn.
But man, what was I gonna say? Shit, I really don't know what I was gonna say. Yeah, I forgot it. I lost it.
It's alright. You're Gucci.
But yeah.
Honestly, right now, I'm just waiting for the Pokemon game to come out. Brilliant Diamond and Pearl.
Didn't they already remake those games?
No, they didn't. This is the
first no. You know what? I'm stupid. I'm thinking about the
Ruby and Sapphire.
No. Gen 2. I'm thinking of Gen 2. When they remade them on
Hoenn region?
Yeah, the Hoenn region.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was confusing it. You know what? Why am I not? Well, you know what? That's the thing. I didn't get to play Diamond and Pearl when they came out. Cause
I did. Oh my fucking god, I loved it. I fucking loved it. I had it for my freaking DS. I played that so many hours.
I personally hadn't gotten the DS yet, so like I missed out on a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because then it's hard for me to relate to a lot of these games.
I wish they remade it Platinum, dude. I never got the chance to play that version. That shit was the hardest game, they said.
Yeah.
I've been hearing it to this day.
Wait, which one is it?
Platinum. It's basically like Diamond and Pearl, but just put together.
Oh, you know what? I did get to play a little bit of Platinum, but I played it recently. It wasn't like in its heyday, I should say. But for sure, like how do you say it? I I don't know, like I guess that's probably why I have a strong connection with Gen 3 with Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Like
Hmm.
those were my first Pokemon games, and because like I couldn't really afford for a DS at the time, and even then like the Pokemon games never got cheap. You know, other games on DS got cheap. Pokemon games held their value at the back then. So like I could never afford those games, you know?
No, yeah.
And so like because of that, I just never really got to experience it. It actually wasn't even until recently where I got to like experience the Pokemon games for the first time. Yeah, I get it. Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon weren't that great, but I was happy just because that was actually the first time I got to actually get a DS game at launch, you know, and like a Pokemon game. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
and this is
Oh
like this is
yeah.
the first time I got to do that because honestly, before then, I did not get really get into Pokemon that way. You know, I played Diamond and Pearl and Emerald for hours and
Wait,
years.
wait, 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 wait. Damn it, bro.
I mean, sorry,
Ruby and
Ruby
Sapphire.
and
Ruby and
Sapphire,
Sapphire.
Ruby,
Yeah.
Sapphire, and Emerald. I played those for hours and I played those for years. When people were talking about Black and White too, I was like, I got myself 6 shinies on Ruby, so fuck you. Like, you know, but I was proud. I was happy. Like, you know, I wasn't gonna be like, because I mean, again, when you're a kid, you don't make a whole lot of money and stuff, so it's like whatever. Now, once I started working at Whataburger, when I was old enough to get my first job,
Yeah.
ironically, the first games that came out for the 3DS was after XY. It was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Oh, dude, it couldn't have not come at a more perfect time. I bought that shit day one, and I was like, if it gets me into Pokemon, then I'll play Pokemon. If not, it's not meant to be. And holy shit, that I love those remakes. I love them, and I still play them to this day. I love playing those remakes. They make me so happy. And I missed out on Sun and Moon, but I got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which were supposed to be the better versions of those games, apparently.
Mm, true,
So
true.
I got that. I got Sword and Shield. I'm probably gonna get the other games that are coming. Oh, I also got a Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Although that game was more of like a fun time game. That was not like a hardcore Pokemon game by any means.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. I thought I had fun with it. Like we did some streams on it, right? Like I remember doing some streams with those games. Um, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, like it was just a fun time. But like I love Pokemon, but I really did miss out on like the peak, like Heart Gold and what was it? Something Silver, right?
No, yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed that. I missed on Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I missed on Black and White and Black and White 2. I missed X and Y. Man, there were so many Pokemon games I did not like. And my understanding was that Black and White 2 were the peak and that it was like the turning point for the Pokemon franchise because then after that, apparently they got too like kid friendly and too samey. At least that's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you know, I want to get these new ones, those remakes coming out, but it's just hard for me to say like I want them because I didn't grow up with it. You know, I wish I did. Like, I mean, if I
I mean,
could,
there's nothing wrong if you want to try it out and get
yeah,
to experience it the first time. I
yeah.
mean, for me, I know the feeling when I first got those games and playing it for the first time. I know the experience, but since you never got that feeling, I mean, like to be honest, there's nothing wrong with you having that first feeling of playing that
It might
generation.
be good actually. It might be a good because then it's
And
like,
plus, it's even better with the graphics, like
yeah,
way HD more graphics.
better
I know,
graphics.
I know a lot of people don't like the little people design shit. To be honest, I'm perfectly fine with it. To be honest, I think that's unique as hell for Pokemon to even be doing that.
Oh, that's true. That I will admit. Yeah, that is hella unique. I
That's
thought it was
that's
cool.
very unique. I never even thought about that, and I was like, you know what? I fucks with that. I like that. To be honest, I wouldn't mind that honestly. And plus, it's so HD graphics and everything like that. You're just like, I'm old as hell already, but this game's HD. Sign me the fuck up, basically.
Yeah, I get that. You know, and I think it's gonna be
That's-
cool to like maybe get a perspective of somebody who's never played that game, and then like have that same experience but for the first time. Who
And there's
knows?
some and there's some elements of platinum into that game apparently. Like for instance,
Yeah.
the
No.
final the champions Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's based on the whole Hey, shut the fuck up, Ux.
Oh,
Shut the fuck. All right,
that's funny.
I know, right? My brother just came in. No, you're fine. Zeus, stop. Nah, anyways, as I was saying though, there's some elements of platinum into that game. Like for instance, the final like boss or whatever. Her team's fucking hard in platinum, but I never got to experience that. So that's one thing I can't wait to rage and fucking
Yeah, that's what they did
cry
with
over if I lose so many times.
that's what they did with Emerald and Sapphire. What they did Omega. No, yeah, what they did with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is that like because most of the sting was pretty much the same up to a certain point. So what they did was that they had like an epilogue episode within the game. So once you finish the game, then you got to do like episode Emerald. I mean, yeah, well, it was Emerald, yes. And how do you say it? You got to essentially
You got my heart, Lisa.
you got to experience that game with it because and I think it was cool. I think that was a good way of like having that like experience of that missing third game in there. So it sounds pretty cool that what I'm hearing about what you're saying about them implementing it. So like it wouldn't really matter because I wouldn't miss out too much on platinum.
The only problem is in the original games there was a lack of fire types. Literally lack of fire fucking types. It was only either starter, the Pokemon Ponyta. Those are only literally the only few freaking things about. They milk the fuck out of water types in that game. So many water types, but with this new game, they got a new feature called the Underground, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
And there's like different sections. There's like a fire section, there's like a snow section, there's like a water grass section like that. So basically, if you're looking for a fire type, a good one, just go to the fire section. You shouldn't be complaining now, which is good. But I'm gonna try to like remake my whole fucking team. I still remember the team that I had, but I'm just gonna remake it and use completely new fucking Pokemon, ones I never even used. Like for instance, I'm probably gonna start off with a Piplup as my starter because I never chose Piplup in my life, and I might as well just use this one as like a first thing. And also, it's like, I can't wait to Nuzlocke that fuck out of that game. I want to challenge myself.
Do you think they're gonna? I mean, I figured there are because I've noticed that even with the remakes, they've been keeping it in, adding XP share because I know that's not like.
No, yeah. They are gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's in there, which is, for me, I'm like 50-50 on it. I mean, I know it makes it more easier, but if there's a way for me to turn it off, I will turn it off.
Personally, I actually like it. But again, like I said, I missed out on all those games. But then again, I literally played the one Pokemon game that was notoriously hard to grow XP for your Pokemon, being Ruby and Sapphire. Like that shit was hard. You gotta grind each Pokemon to get it a good rank. Like I know after that game, like in Emerald, they fixed it, and then like from then on, they made a pretty good balance before they introduced XP share. So like, that was one thing that was holding me back from getting those games. But then like my friend was telling me about XP share, and then I saw that they added it, and then I was like, oh, this made life so much easier, you know. But I mean,
wow, taking the easy way out.
But hey, that's just my Pokemon experience, you know. Like for me, I was more in it for the story, you know, because to be honest, I'm not that big of an RPG guy, and like. I refuse to play the same fucking battles again and again and again just to get a Pokemon at a certain level. Like, you know? Like, I want to see the story. I want to see all the cool, like, elements of that and just the Pokemon lore. Like, I always thought that was so cool to experience, you know? And, like, I still enjoy, like, how do you say? Like, lately, like, yeah, I got to play Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I got to.
That was too easy.
I got to. Obviously, I did play Fire Red and Leaf Green on GBA, but one thing I did do was I actually played on my fat black and white Game Boy, replayed red, blue, yellow. I played the Game Boy Color versions. I did it all. Like gold and silver, right? That was it? Yeah. Sorry, I can't remember. And Crystal was the other one too, which was like the
It was like old.
yeah,
Those
but
games are
see,
old.
I played it on their respective hardware, on their respective consoles. And so I'm always willing to go back to play these games. But when it came to the DS era, it's just the price of those games are so fucking expensive.
No, yeah, trust me, believe me, man. It was. But to be
Yeah.
honest, but that Pokemon game was worth it. And plus, I also had Mario Party, the DS Mario Party. It was actually pretty fun.
Oh, I have
Actually,
that one. I have DS. I literally went back to buy all the DS games that I missed out on. Like, we did have a DS later on, but like we didn't have that many games for it. We did have Mario and Donkey Kong 3 March of the Minis. That game's fun as hell if you ever got to play that.
oh yeah, of course I have, but I never finished it.
Oh, dude, it's fun.
I
The
heard
ending. The
it was
ending's
fun though.
I got to play Spider-Man 3, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, I got to play SpongeBob Lantis SquarePantis. That was the other one. So you can tell my DS experience was very limited because most of my stuff was on Game Boy. Literally, I remember anytime we went to the game store because I didn't have a concept of next gen and what was old and what was new. So anytime they asked me what kind of game that I wanted for it, I always said the Game Boy. I remember for the longest time, people were making games for both the Game Boy and the DS. When we went to get Spider-Man 3, I wanted it for the Game Boy, but they said they ran out. All they had was the DS, and I was so mad. I was like, how dare they not have the Game Boy? So literally like a month later, I went back to get the Game Boy version. Like, because to me, I thought in my head when I was a kid that the Game Boy version was like the better version, you know. Obviously now I know that's totally not fucking true.
Yeah.
But as a kid you don't know, like you just like the Game Boy was mine, the DS was my sister's, you know.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit closer of a connection. I made sure that anything that existed for the Game Boy, I got for it because it was my Game Boy, you know. And
For sure.
I get emotional about it sometimes because it's like it was part of my childhood. Like the two main things that I had was my Game Boy and my OG Xbox. And that's what I grew up on. You know, once in a while, I might go to Benny's to play GameCube. Across the street, they had the PlayStation 2. So personally, I was never like, and it kind of reflects of who I am today. I'm not a console fanboy by any means. I mean, yeah, I have preferences, but that doesn't mean that like I'm gonna defend Xbox. Like they fucked up last generation, you know.
It really did.
And when it comes to today, it's like I don't care, you know, as long as I'm having fun with friends, like that's what I care about. So this whole thing about like graphics and all that, I feel like we're so caught up on that. Like people are so adamant on getting a PlayStation 5 that they're willing to pay $2,000 for it. It's not worth it. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
like
Saying 2000, like to be honest, I could have waited for my PS5. Like I could probably wait, but I was just lucky enough to even get it.
yeah,
Like,
like
retail price and everything. I was
like
I was just so happy to get it.
I agree with him. Like, and that's gonna be reflected in the video I'm making. But essentially, I feel like we're so caught up on graphics, we're so caught up on ray tracing and all this that we forget
Yeah.
it's about having fun with the games. You know, when I was a kid, I literally fought tooth and nail to make sure I got the Game Boy version. Like, because in my head, it was a superior version. It's not. It was not. But it was. I have fun with it, you know, and I'm always gonna have like a soft spot for that to this day. You know, that Game Boy Advanced era was my generation. That's what I loved, and those are the games that I look fondly to this day, and that's why I am the way I am when it comes to graphics. Like when I got the PlayStation 5, of course I want the latest and greatest. That's why I pre-ordered the damn thing. It's better, okay, when it comes to graphics, okay? Spider-Man Miles Morales, oh, it's beautiful.
Spider-Man
But
2? I can't wait for that game.
oh yeah, definitely. But was it really worth a whole nother console just to experience 30 more frames and a couple of lights. Like, I don't think so. Like, I would have,
Yeah.
if I would have known the lesson I know now, I probably would have just stuck with the PlayStation and not sweat it. And like, while I do want a Series X, I do want a graphics card. The Series X is mostly for an entertainment center. I want that for the living room so that we can all play here at my apartment. And as for the 3090, while yes, partially, I want more frames for my games. It's actually for my workflow. I want it to be able to make videos faster and a lot higher quality,
Oh yeah.
My graphics card is kind of old, and I would much prefer to get something a little bit better. So we'll see what happens, but I think we're just too caught up on graphics that we forget about what's important, which is the games and being able to play with friends. Because while we complain about how Mario Party will look like shit graphic wise,
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't think anybody was talking about graphics when we were kids. Like, I know 90s kids will disagree. I feel like that's where like a lot of that is, because 90s kids, what did they talk about? 16 bits, 8-bit, it's all about getting better graphics. But when I was a kid, that was not an issue at all. It really wasn't. Like, so what? Fucking CJ from San Andreas had no fingers. I didn't even notice that until I got older, I just saw a guy just walking down the street trying to be gangster, and I thought it was too realistic. I thought it was too, like, oh my god, it was so cartoony. Like, what the hell,
Yeah.
But as a kid, you don't notice that. And, like, these
really don't.
Spider-Man 2 was one of the favorite games I used to love playing, and I thought, man, it looks so realistic. God, man, I hate square-shaped box heads every time I play that game now.
Which one?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, darn. I thought you talking about Roblox.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They look like Roblox characters, but you know what though? Like, it was fun. The way I see Spider-Man PS4 now, like the way, like how beautiful it looks, the graphics and all that. That's how I saw Spider-Man 2 when I was a kid. I thought it was the craziest game I've ever played. Now, looking back at it, I was obviously not, but, I'm not, no one's making a remaster of that game anytime soon. But what I will say is that, I mean, it's all about the games, man. Because if it's a game is fun, who cares? I mean, I get why we care about graphics. I get that we want our games to look beautiful. But why not enjoy the actual game? Like, enjoy the story, enjoy the gameplay. I feel like we're just too caught up on that,
Exactly, bro. Just basically took the words out of my mouth. Honestly.
But you know what? You know what we should do?
What?
I guess we're kind of coming close to like a good stopping point, right? I would say. Yeah. If we can make it a thing, we should definitely address a comment of the day kind of deal. Like,
comment of the day.
Like from both of our channels, see what's a good comment. And I don't know.
Oh yeah. Comment of the day, or honestly, yeah, whatever. I'm down for whatever.
I'm gonna probably edit some part of this to put in the beginning before we start the podcast. So I'm gonna just start it right here. But before we start the podcast, and again, we're recording this at the end of it too, I will say, leave a comment in the description down below in both of our videos, and you will be featured. You'll have a chance to be featured on the podcast for an upcoming podcast, and it will be used for a topic of discussion at the end of the video or recording. So.
Yep, sounds about right.
All right then. So, since we don't have that, I would say I would just make up a comment of the day. Let's see. Gaming comment of the day. Comments of the day. Until we actually get one. Gaming quotes. Let's see. Let me try to look up. I know one channel that doesn't. But he runs like more of like a news segment kind of deal. Let's see. Wait. Sorry. It's
So a
taking
little
forever.
while ago here.
Oh, nope. You weren't supposed to hear that. Sorry.
I already got.
What's a
I already got my freaking comment of the day.
Okay. Comment of the day. There it is. Okay. I got mine right here. What's yours?
Comment of the day is: love is a game that two can play and both win.
Love is a game that two can play and both win.
Both can win in a game, despite you losing. You guys both love the game. Win or lose, you love the game, and that's a win.
That's
Twice.
true. You know what? When I was first playing a lot of my earlier days in Call of Duty, I hated Call of Duty Ghosts so much. And I remember like every day I made it known that all my friends knew I hated this game. And I would have much rather gone back to play Black Ops 2, which other friend groups were doing that. But ours wasn't. We were stuck on Ghost because my other friends wanted to play it. But when I look back at it, while the game isn't perfect by any means, I will say I had fun with that game. And if I would have just shut the fuck up and played the game with my friends,
Michael Myers.
oh, dude, that was such an awesome DLC. That game was broken in so many ways, but it was fun. Having Snoop Dogg as the announcer pack, getting excited every time a new DLC pack was announced. Like, I remember just
fucking talking you, telling you shit. You're doing shit.
oh, dude, I used to have fun. Like, I don't know why I never like just took the chance to just really be able to play that game, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I kind of missed out on that. But that game taught me that lesson that you just said. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun with friends,
Oh yeah.
the game's fun, you know. And maybe it makes it worth the $60 every year you pay for NBA, because I don't get it.
I love it because the new graphics plus the new players that are out plus the overall increase.
See, I get the graphics part of it, but I only get it to an extent. Like, I'll get maybe one, maybe two Madden games every console generation. And that's it, you know, because to me it was like, that's really it. To me, I really wish they would just make an NBA game, a Madden game, and make it where it's good for the next 4 or 5 years, and all they do is update the roster. Maybe make big updates. You know, maybe they can.
Did that back
They
in Black Ops.
oh, dude, they should just have Call of Duty, the Black Ops, right? And then just and
Updated, literally.
and
That's
then
literally what they all have to do.
yeah, and I think they could do the same thing with sports games. You know, I mean, that's just my personal preference. I mean, again, I love Madden, but I'm not going to pay for it every year personally, you know, because in the end of the day, what are they mostly doing? Just roster updates, you know? I felt like,
Roster updates, yeah, that's.
and then
basically all.
FIFA on the Switch is a perfect example of that, because you want to know why? It's
Why?
$60 every year, or now it's 45, I hear. It's 45 a year, but it literally says on the back of the cover that it's the same game. It's just an updated roster. That's it. All the same, like the menu may be different, the features might be different, but the graphics are exactly the same. The gameplay is exactly the same, you know? And if they would just do maybe like a DLC, like a $10, $20 DLC every year for a roster update, and then maybe like halfway through the console generation, okay, release a second game, I can understand that. But
Oh yeah.
it's just like every year, like, I don't know. But I guess it's like a company's way of just making money every year. Like,
I think I need to go to therapy for buying too many NBA games.
but I mean, I get it. Like, I know I criticize a lot and stuff, and I fuck with you about it. But I mean, if you like the game, like, it's your money, and obviously, if you're having fun with it, that's all that matters.
That is true.
Now, the moment you're not having fun with it, then yeah, you will need therapy, and I would recommend you go. But I get it. There's a fan base for it, and it's like, you know, it's the different, you know, because again, I was the one paying Call of Duty every year. You know, I can make the excuse of different developers, but it was the same game every year. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. And also, do you know what I just found out right now?
But
Paranormal Activity is still making movies?
oh yeah, it's just direct to streaming though right now.
Yeah, but it's called Paranormal Activity Next
Yeah,
of Kin.
that's next of kin. Yeah.
I never heard of this movie. I didn't even notice this thing came out. And I love Paranormal Activity, but I stopped watching it ever since the Ghost of Worlds or whatever the hell. That was fucking awful.
Mm.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we're pretty much close to wrapping up this first episode of the
Oh,
podcast. We actually lasted longer than I thought.
I got one comment right here. My comment
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Got it.
This comes from this
You
one
go.
video, but again, it says companies need to realize that they don't need to make their games into a games as a service model. Those sorts of games are designed to take up as much of your time as possible. So having a large number of games be like that simply does not work. Most people will either pick one and stay dedicated to it, or they play each one for about a week before they just give up and don't care anymore. That's what he says. In a way, like, I get it. You know, games as a service. So, like, where it's like a free game or maybe a game you pay like $20. Like, similar to Avengers or Destiny, where it's like you have the game and then, like, they just sell you battle passes and stuff like that to really get people to play.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that there is a market for that kind of game. Like, people will buy those games or get those games. But I do also agree that not every company needs to do it. Even though we just said, like, NBA and Call of Duty should do it.
Oh yeah.
But, like, I mean, yeah, it's true. Like, I mean, a game like Halo doesn't need to do that. I mean, you know. I mean, I think they're... that's a lie. That's a lie. Because that's exactly what they're doing. I'm trying to think of a good example of a game that does not need to do it. Well, I mean, RPGs, for example, right? They're story-based games, so, like, they don't need to do it. Like Pokemon, like, just have the full game for $60 and that's it. You know,
Literally, yeah.
they don't need to be doing all that. Games that are, like, pretty much the same, I think they benefit from it personally. I mean, again, like we just mentioned, NBA or Call of Duty could have benefited. Obviously, battle royales. Wow.
I'm just waiting
Yes.
for the day. I'm just waiting for the day that fucking Warzone becomes its own, application.
Oh, well, I mean, it kind of is on PC, but
Of course. On PC, yes, but I'm talking about like on console,
so
it's still under
yeah, there's
Modern
some.
Warfare.
Yeah,
I just wanted to like take it off of Modern Warfare, just make its own application. Like
they're
I don't want it to eat
gonna
up my.
they're gonna they already announced it was supposed to be a video I released on it too, but I never did. But they were making Raven Software did announce that they were making a next gen Warzone that was gonna be separate. And actually, for consoles, it was supposed to be able to do 120 frames, ray trace, and have the field of view higher, like in Black Ops Cold War, like where you can change the field of view, which is good. And it was supposed to be like really good, but I'm thinking they're waiting for Modern Warfare 2 to come out, like release it alongside that game.
It seems about right, honestly. Like I can see
And
that happening.
while they
You know,
go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah, you go ahead. You finish
I was gonna say, like, while that may be the case, I feel like it's still gonna be stuck to Modern Warfare, but it's gonna be stuck to Modern Warfare 2, not the first one, you know. But maybe by then it's like you're okay with it. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I don't. I really don't know what the fuck Call of Duty is doing right now.
Yeah.
I haven't even been able to play the new Warzone map that's coming out, or that's out. Right? Is it out already?
No, hasn't even released yet. And
Oh.
like it's not coming out till like December.
Oh, really?
That's what they said.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
I thought it would have been. I thought it was out already.
Because
Okay.
because right now in Vanguard, it's literally just preseason. Right now, it's not even like
Oh
the
yeah, because
official.
it's still Cold War season 6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, just yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I just can't wait for Warzone to be its own application for free, and that's it. I don't have to deal with it anymore.
You know what you could just do? You could install the Call of Duty games, like whichever ones you want on your console, and then for like Warzone specifically, only download it on your PC.
That is true.
That way it's separate. You still have your. I don't know what happened with the whole account situation going on with you and your accounts, but if it's connected, like it should still all your stats should still be there. It's just because here's the thing, Modern Warfare, you're playing, it's fine on console. Like there's still advantages on PC, but for the most part, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
Cold War, you're on the same playing field, at least in my opinion, because 120, you still have a pretty good advantage. What I'm seeing is that Warzone, for console players, you have a disadvantage. You do not have more than 60 frames per second. You do not have field of view. And while, again, you can make that same argument for Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare is kind of just like people moved on already a little bit. And then Vanguard, well, Vanguard's Vanguard. I don't give a fuck. So I think you can benefit if you have Warzone on your PC, but have the rest of the games on your console, like the multiplayer and campaigns. And then just do it. You can do it that way to save on space. Although, rather than, I mean, yeah, I agree. Call of Duty should make the file sizes smaller and make Warzone their own thing. There is another thing I want to say. For motherfucking Christ's sake, please make the SSDs cheaper for the consoles, man. And that goes for both Xbox and PlayStation, because, gosh, they're expensive as so.
200 something for 1 terabyte. My God.
Man, I went to Best Buy to see. I was just curious, right? I wasn't actually going to go buy it, but I went, and apparently it was like 200 something. I was like, that is not worth it. Man, with that much money, I could buy a Series S. Like,
that's too much.
It is not worth it at all.
It really isn't.
But bueno, I guess. Do you have any final words?
These spicy nuggets from fucking Wendy's are amazing.
The hell, and you didn't give me any?
Mom just brought them in like fucking random right now, and they're fucking amazing. I love spicy nuggets.
Damn, and you didn't get me any.
Boy, and you're like 10 miles away.
Okay, Uber Eats it to me. Come on, I did that for my friends before. Stay silent now, huh? Chinga, lazy.
I'm just fucking eating with my left hand, just holding the nugget.
Hey, I just realized.
Imagine that.
I just realized how we're gonna do this outro thing. Like, I know you do your
whatever.
See you later, guys. Peace. Should we have like a podcast outro?
All right, guys. That's about wrapping up for today. From us, from Psycho and Onehander, aka Bernie. We'll see you on the flip side. See you guys soon.
We see you on the. Is that what you say on your videos? What do you say on your outros? I'm curious.
I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. That's how.
Talk to y'all later. Peace. All right.
Something simple like that.
Talk to y'all later. Peace.
That's how I do it. How do you do your outros?
Oh man, I learned this from marketing, and I also learned this from like something that I even before I was in college. I knew that people like a unique outro. I've always learned that. Like that's what people like, and plus also it just came to me, because before we used to say get or done for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask why. But one day I came up with the idea of the Cetra Nation, so I could address my audience as such, because I feel like it's a nation. Like I want to build like an audience, like a close connective audience. So I would be like, be safe or whatever. Or I'll say whatever, and then it's like, and as always, keep it real. In the Cetra Nation. Like that's how I always end my videos. And then I'll hit the so we get the vibe. Yeah. But that's usually how I do my outros, like, and as always, keep it real. In the Cetra Nation. Like, you gotta emphasize that.
Oh yeah. Love it.
But it's catchy, and people like it.
It's catchy.
And
catchy.
And I remember in high school, people would tell me that. Like before I even took my channel seriously, they'll be like, I see you, Moose, keeping it real in the Cetra Nation. I'm like, chill. But I mean, it was cool. Like everybody knew, like, and I even used to make a reference to that when I did the announcement senior year. I used to be like, and remember, guys, keep it real in the Minutemen Nation. Like,
Bro.
And people liked it. Like, they really loved it, but they all knew that it was a reference to my YouTube channel. And so, I don't know. I mean, We could always do a hybrid, right?
Yeah.
From everyone in the Cetra Nation, peace. You know?
And from everyone from the Thingies Army, I don't know. I don't know what to call y'all yet, but still working on that closure shit. But we'll talk to y'all later.
Talk to
Peace.
you. You know what? We should flip it. You know what? I think we should keep the same outros, but we flip it to the point where you say my outro and I say your outro.
So I say like your whole line?
Yeah. You'd be like, remember
right,
to keep it real in the Cetra Nation, and I'll be like, and that's well, how do you say yours?
Thank you all for watching and listening, and as always, peace.
And as always,
Simple as that.
I'll say keep it real and peace.
All right. That works.
All right, go for it.
That works. Go for it.
You started.
Thank you guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this first episode podcast. Hopefully, there's more to come. Hopefully, if we keep this up, because honestly, we're liking this.
Yeah, I'm liking it too.
Thank you all for listening, and as always, keep it real in the Cetra Nation.
Y'all keep it real, guys. Peace.